What's up, legends? I hope everyone is doing well. I'm out here right now in Thailand. It's absolutely beautiful out today. It's so gorgeous. We got the sun. Crazy nature out here. And right now it's low tide, but usually this whole area is just filled with water. But today I just want to jump on here and pretty much just talk about how I'm a 22-year-old that's traveled to 30 countries in the past 3 years. Which, if you told me that when I was super young, I would somewhat be in shock. Like, no way, like, that's gonna be reality someday. And like, looking back on it is insane, because the younger version of myself is so proud that I've been able to make that a reality. But also the younger version of myself knew that I would make it a reality. So it wasn't like a full surprise, you know? It's like I always believed in myself and knew that if you put in the work and work hard enough, you can accomplish anything in life, you know? So my advice to you is, if travel is something that you want to do, figure out a way to make it sustainable and even just go for it, you know? Just don't be afraid to fail. Don't be scared to take that risk. Go take that leap of faith, you know? Just jump, because the world is going to teach you so much, you know? Like, I graduated high school. I didn't have too much money, but I was working really hard, like on online business, you know, and being a photographer and just the dream of traveling the world. And I knew it was just something there that I had to make it a reality. I had to go see the world, you know. I couldn't be going to college, sitting in a classroom all day, just trying to think about where I'm going to escape to that weekend, you know. I needed to just be out there in the world, because there's a whole world passing us by, you know. There's endless sunsets, nature, waves around the world just waiting to be explored. And it absolutely is a privilege to even just be able to speak like this and have the opportunity to travel. Because yes, I am American, I have a US passport, and that itself is a blessing and such a gift, you know. But I know this can't relate to everyone, and I don't take it for granted that I am blessed and thankful, and I have that privilege that so many people don't have, you know. Some people, it's very hard to leave their country and very difficult to get out there and explore. And I think I'm really talking to the people that, even if they are like struggling with their passport and it's a weak passport, like, I know so many people and have so many friends around the world that all the odds were against them, and they wanted to go travel and make these things happen, and they figured out a way, you know. Whether it's doing some documents saying they work here, or they're friends with this person that invited them, or applying to a different country's visa numerous times, getting denied back to back. It's just, it depends, how bad do you want it? That's really all it comes down to, is how bad do you want this dream life of traveling becoming a reality, you know? So I think the biggest thing is, like, for myself, so that you guys can kind of learn from my past experiences, is I dreamed of traveling the world, and I knew that I could make it a reality. Just book the ticket. That's all you have to do. Book that ticket. You know, you can figure out the rest as you go along the way, because you're going to learn tons of life lessons, and you're going to meet so many people along the way that it's just all going to come back to you, you know. Even if you go out there, you start traveling, and then you go broke, you know, it's going to be a blessing if you can go home and just like figure it out. But even if you don't have family to go bounce back home to, like, you're gonna make it work, you know. You're gonna figure out a way to make money while you're traveling, or even just support yourself, you know. You can go do World Packers, you can go do workaways, you can go volunteer in the jungles of Africa, you know. You can even go in Europe and go volunteer in the city and still live a great life and be living that travel lifestyle. There were so many ways to make this a reality, and I think people discredit that. It's not that difficult, you know. It's not that hard. You really just gotta see how bad you want it, and just put yourself in the right places that are gonna take you where you want to go, you know. So you can do research, you can try to figure out how to fund this lifestyle, or just send it, you know. Just don't even care. When I did those 30 countries in the past 3 years, it's been a roller coaster, you know. Sometimes I have money, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like grinding as a photographer to get free places to stay, free food, and sometimes I'm just cruising, you know. I got good income and I'm able to just explore. and it is a roller coaster running your own business, but that's also the beauty of it, you know. Every single day while traveling, my mind has been stimulated, you know. It's running, it's racing, it's looking at different street signs and different pieces of nature, and it's just so amazed by the beauty and different inspirations that come from traveling. And even just looking at how different businesses run overseas and how different places and how different people operate on different levels, you can just take in so much knowledge. And I swear, some of this you'll never learn in a college, university. You'll never learn in a classroom. You'll never learn some of this from other people that haven't been able to get out there and go travel the world and kind of see these different mindsets and different ways people move. So I truly believe that traveling is such a life lesson and will teach you so much in all aspects of life. And even just the little things, you know, when you're waiting to take that flight, when you're waiting to go through these different complications that some third world countries have, you're gonna learn patience. You're gonna learn that you need to open up and get out of your comfort zone and go speak to someone, to go ask for directions. You're gonna need to open up and go see, like, hey, where do I need to go? Or how do I do this? Or hey, do you know where this is? Or hey, where can I get a SIM card, you know? Just the little things that come so natural in the daily life, where we're in the West, you know, like where everything is so easily accessed and so stimulated but not stimulated. It's just like we're robotic with all these distractions moving at once. Whereas when you travel, you learn how to like slow down, take things easy, and really take things in and see them for how they are. And that's the beauty of travel, you know. And going to 30 countries, it's been a journey, you know. It's been a fucking journey. It's so insane. And it's crazy to even say that out loud and even think about that, you know. And it's absolutely amazing, you know. But then the difference between 20 countries and 30 countries, it is what you make it when you're traveling, you know. You can go to a country, be there for a couple of days, stay in a high-end resort, and then bounce to the next country. Or really go experience that place, you know. Go spend 1 to 3 months. Go slow down and take it easy and go enjoy that country and see things for how they really are. Go see how different countries operate, different people as well. And you're gonna learn so much, way more than if you were just in that country for a week in a high-end resort. You know, go live where local people are living. Go eat where local people are eating. Go see these different things, and your mind is going to be stimulated the whole entire time. It's going to learn so much along the way, you know. Like, and also travel is not difficult, you know. Like, people think in America or in Europe, especially America, like that travel is like so difficult, you know. It's just America's in this side of the world that is kind of in the middle of nowhere, but at the same time it's not. But it's like the moment you get to Europe, it's so easy to travel around Europe. You can bounce down to Africa, then just 1-2 flights away, boom, you're in Asia, you know. So many countries in Asia. And then at the same time, you can bounce back to America, you know, from Asia. Super close and easy, super cheap as well. And it's just like people place these limits on themselves that they can't go travel, that they can't do this or can't do that. It's really not that difficult, you know. Just book that flight. Don't be scared. Go in knowing that you're going to be outside of your comfort zone. Go in knowing that you're going to learn new things and meet new people. And just open up your arms to the world, and everything is going to be taken care of, I swear. Even through like the downsides, this thing, when things go wrong, you know, you're going to keep learning from those things. You're going to make so many friends and just have a home base of the whole entire world, you know. I think in America, the news, the propaganda, the media, they want to create fear for people to not go travel. They want people to stay in America. They know if they keep you in America, they're going to keep you in the trap of the system. And you're going to submit to what they say and how they operate. So they don't want people to travel in America, you know. I think most Americans have a passport, but have never even traveled, you know, or left the States, which is crazy, you know. It's just get out of that comfort zone, go send it. And if it's a calling in your heart, go do it, you know. And the worst thing that happens, you can go back to where it all started, you know. Just go take that leap of faith, and also go in just being minimalistic, you know. You don't have to tie yourself down to a new place when you're gonna go travel, whether it's for 1 week or 3 weeks. Just go there a couple days, see how it is. If you love it, stay longer and really dive into the culture, get immersed, and you create a community while you're there, you know. And if you don't like it, or something just does not feel like it's your vibe, then bounce, you know. Have that freedom to be able to pack your bag and just bounce to the next country. So overall, you really just gotta send it, you know. Just don't be scared, go in full throttle, just give it a go, and you're not gonna regret it. I swear, when you're on your deathbed, you're not gonna regret, oh wow, how I traveled to that country. No, you're gonna be so stoked and look back on those memories and look back on the good times and the bad times, and you're gonna remember those because they're gonna be such a staple in your life. Because those things, those days, those memories, those are gonna stand out way more than the days that you spent sitting in a classroom, you know, sitting at a job, working behind the desk. You know, these things are gonna be more just like past things that just feel like a blur. Whereas those days you're out there traveling, your mind's stimulated on a daily basis, those are the memories that are gonna stick with you till the day you die, you know. So go send it. You got this, legends. Drop a comment below. Stay in touch. I'm always happy to help you guys out and just feed you guys information so that you guys can do the same. Stay tuned for more videos like this. I'm really gonna start picking up YouTube and really kind of open this up as a digital journal. A place where I can open up to you guys, share my experiences, and inspire you guys to do the same, you know. When I was so young, it was my dream to travel the world. And to be able to say that I've made that a reality and can still sustain it is crazy. And I would love to be able to give back and do the same to you guys, so that you guys can also go travel, make this a new lifestyle, so that you can wake up with a stimulated, excited mind, stoked on life, you know, so high on life every single day, and not have to have the dread of waking up and going to work, you know. Life is such a gift. It's so beautiful and so exciting, and that's how we need to live it, you know. We can't just sit back and let the days fly by and then be like, damn, where did all this time go? No, you got to get out there and go live it up like it's your last. Straight up. Stay tuned, legends.